On a cold winter morning in 2007, workers entered an abandoned hotel that had been empty for nearly 15 years. The building was covered in dust, the windows were broken, the rooms were frozen in time. But when they reached the fourth floor, they found something impossible, a room that was not supposed to exist, room number 104. The strange part? The hotel only had 3 floors. How could a room exist in a place where there was no fourth floor? And inside that room, they found something that would leave investigators searching for answers for years. Welcome to the Mystery Vault. Today we uncover the story of the room that appeared out of nowhere, a room that was never built, never registered, and according to official records, never existed. In the small town of Blackwood stood an old hotel called the Ravenwood Hotel. When it opened in 1963, it was considered one of the most luxurious hotels in the area. Travelers came from miles away, celebrities stayed there, and for decades nothing seemed unusual. But in 1992, everything changed. The hotel suddenly closed. No announcement, no explanation. The owners simply disappeared. Some locals claim they saw lights turning on inside the empty building at night. Others claim they heard footsteps coming from rooms that nobody had entered for years. But rumors were just rumors, until 2007. During demolition, workers discovered something strange. Behind a wall on the 3rd floor was a door. A perfectly normal-looking door. Old wooden frame, brass handle, and a number plate. 104. But there was a problem. The hotel's original blueprint showed only 103 rooms. There was no room 104. Workers thought it was just a mistake, maybe an old storage room, maybe a forgotten office. So they opened the door. And that's when things became impossible. The room looked like it had been abandoned yesterday, not 15 years ago, not decades ago. The bed was made, the curtains were closed, a cup was sitting on the table, and inside the closet were clothes. Men's clothing, a jacket, shoes, and a wallet. But the wallet contained something disturbing. An identity card. The name on it belonged to a man named Daniel Cross. Investigators searched the records, and they found something shocking. Daniel Cross had checked into Ravenwood Hotel in 1978 and disappeared. According to the hotel records, Daniel Cross entered room 104. But there was no room 104. His family reported him missing. Police investigated, but there was no evidence, no body, no belongings, nothing. Until 29 years later, his belongings were found, in a room that supposedly never existed. Authorities examined the room carefully. The walls were real. The furniture was real. The electricity worked. But there was another strange detail, the dust patterns. Everything inside the room was covered in dust, except one thing, the phone. It was clean, as if someone had recently touched it. Investigators checked the phone line and discovered it was still connected, even though the hotel had been abandoned for years. On the final day of investigation, one officer decided to test the phone. He picked up the receiver. There was silence. Then a voice, very faint, almost like a whisper. The officer said nobody could understand the words, except for one sentence. "You found me." After that, the mystery exploded. Some people believed room 104 was connected to a hidden part of hotel, something that forced him to disappear. And some people had a darker theory, that room 104 was never a physical place at all, that it appeared only when someone was meant to find it. Months later, investigators returned, but something had changed. The door was gone. The wall was completely normal. There was no sign a room had ever existed. Even more strange, the photographs taken inside room 104 were corrupted. Every image was damaged, except one, a picture of the table, and on the table was a piece of paper. 3 words written in black ink: "Don't open again." To this day, nobody knows what happened at the Ravenwood Hotel. Was room 104 a hidden room, a carefully planned disappearance, or something that cannot be explained? The building was demolished in 2011, but locals still claim on certain nights, if you walk past the empty land, you can see a single light glowing on a floor that no longer exists. This was the Mysterious Vault. And remember, some doors are hidden for a reason.